MAGA will be twerking for bugs.
What is going on, everybody? It is Thursday, January 9th, 2025. We are 9 days into the new year, and there's already too many psyops to handle. I'm your host, Snow Himbo. This is Snow Himbo Streams. I am here with my guests, Big Mad Crab, Miss Witchy Perfect, and Alex Bishop, as he's called.
I thought you were going to say Alex Trebek. I was going to say, damn.
Not a fan of the ladies. And boy, do we have a show tonight. If I sound less dog shit, it's because I got a new mic. Because I had to. Because I'm tired of sounding like I'm streaming from a airplane bathroom inside of a submarine that's getting hit with long-range missiles. So that's good. But we got a shitload to talk about today. Oh my god. I feel like it's just cascading psyops.
New World Order.
Just psyops. Yeah, just psyops.
New World Order. New World Order.
You know I'm going to be wrestling into it.
And to all the Trumpies who are starting to get a little anxious, I just like to say, welcome to the post-duopoly side. We have been talking about this shit literally since 2016. I have been talking about how Trump has been an insider since 2016. A lot of us have been. A lot of us have been saying this from the beginning. Welcome to team We Can't Change This Bullshit From Within club. It's a good club. You should join it. For those who aren't aware, Donald Trump, in a surprising event, has been trying to do a globalism. We'll get into it further as the show goes on, but essentially what's happening is he's floating the idea of absorbing Canada and then purchasing Greenland. I'm not sure how that I'm not sure how that works, but I don't think he does either.
I think he just says stuff and hopes it sticks. He's kind of like my demented cousin. You know, he'll just say stuff until, something sticks in someone's craw, But I mean,
a lot of it's a distraction too.
Well, yeah,
I mean, like, he doesn't,
big distraction, yeah.
He kind of just says things, and then it's like the way you said it. It's like he just hopes it sticks.
Yeah, it hopes it sticks.
And it's funny, like it's funny in like a quirky kind of way, but it's like it's really like it's not gonna be funny once he's actually in office.
If he goes through with it, I mean, I hate to break it to Canadians, day one, if Trump takes you over, you lose your health care. Boom, you're done. Yeah. You have no health care, you have no house, you have nothing. You will own nothing, be happy, and eat sea bugs.
Or we can join Canada. I think it's a better deal.
That's not going to happen, honey. They don't want poor people to have health care.
You could put up states' rights, right? We're Republicans, all about states' rights. In theory, what we could do is have the governor throw up a referendum, have the citizens vote on it, and if they want to join Canada, they can. That's the whole. Yep. I mean, that's the idea. But
I feel like I'm not gonna lie. It would be. Really
it's not gonna
funny.
happen, but it could. No, it could.
No, because they don't want poor people to have healthcare.
It would be really fucking funny if this backfired spectacularly. It's not going to, because this is all going according to a script somewhere. But it would be hilarious if this backfired, and like New York, California, and like Minnesota joined Canada, and all of a sudden Trump's just reigning over like the states that this entire time like
And then
depend
Mexico
on-
takes back like Texas and all these other southern
And-
countries.
yeah,
and
well,
then
I
it's
was
just
gonna
Utah.
say-
And then it's just Trump and Utah, and that's it.
Well, and then,
That's it.
like I said, those states will have
The United States of
healthcare.
Utah.
They'll have
it's
Canadian healthcare,
it's
right?
the Civil
The
War.
southern states can go to Mexico, and then we can go to Canada.
It's the Civil War.
Just-
New York could do Canada. We could totally do
Pennsylvania,
that.
but
Just
We're
give
right
it
there.
away.
We could technically, we could do it. We could do it.
Just give it away. Just give it away.
Just take it. Just take it. No one wants to be here. I can't think of a single person who wants to be here.
I mean, 'cause
No,
it sucks.
everybody's
I mean,
done.
you go broke because you have no money, you have no health care, no nothing. You have nothing. You own nothing. Be happy and eat the bugs. That's
We need to
why
make a-
eggs
By the
are,
way-
what, $12?
By the way, in case anyone isn't aware, they're already doing the bugs thing. Check your ingredients. There's
Yep.
a list of shit. They're already putting bugs in.
Oh my
Skittles.
God, yeah.
Don't ever eat
Somebody-
Skittles. It's a lot of Skittles.
Somebody
There
told
needs
me,
to
or I
be like
saw
a-
somewhere that toilet paper has bug legs in it. I went, oh my God, I would never wipe myself again. I need
Maybe
to know
not.
this.
There needs to be
You know-
a supercut of Steph saying you own nothing, and then eat.
You mean
I need-
population.
The next move for me is I'm gonna figure out a soundboard thing because that's the one thing we're missing. We need a soundboard.
Oh yeah.
You will owe nothing, be happy and eat about. Like what's his name? Reef. Reef has one.
Oh yeah.
I love when
Yeah,
Reef just like
Keaton has
like,
one too.
Yeah, but Reef's actually good at this. I'm not. That's the difference there.
Oh, don't put yourself in it.
But yeah, I think I want to start off this show. As a Richard Wolff enjoyer, I came across this video and I want to play it just because I think every single Trump supporter needs to watch this video because I haven't seen a better way to just break down this fucking ridiculous civil war thing that's still raging on to this day, with
Oh, that's
more and
what
more
we're-
people joining the what the fuck did we vote for side, which is funny because again, like
Like
We're
every
all
fucking
sitting-
4 years you do this.
How do
It's
you
like,
not
what the
see
fuck
that?
did we vote for again?
we're all sitting here like, oh, this really is your first time. This is the first time you voted for somebody and they started doing some crazy bullshit
it's
in
like-
office.
Every
like
4
the James-
years.
It's like that James Franco meme. First time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's exactly the meme. So without further ado, we're gonna check this out real fucking quick.
I love Richard Wolff.
Yeah, he's based.
bonds.
Easy
I want to
bun.
talk to you now about the Civil War beginning inside MAGA Trump land.
Mega
It's a
Trump
real
man.
fight between the two parts of the Republican Party.
Mhm.
It's not a fight about principle. It's not a fight about fundamental issues. It's about who controls the decisions that Mr. Trump and his government are going to be making. It's a matter of power. So let's take a look at why there might be already, before he takes office, a basic war over power, a civil war inside MAGA Trump land.
Meg-
Let's
love
begin
MAGA
with
Trump
the money,
land.
because
Like a
following
fucking
the
theme
money
park.
is usually a pretty good way to understand American politics. It's all about the money. The Republican Party depends on the money of a very small number of very wealthy individuals, a very small number of big corporations, and relatively few very rich people. They provide the hundreds of millions, even now into the billions of dollars, funding the Republican Party. What does the party do with that money? Well, it does the obvious. The people who are billionaires and can give money, like Elon Musk, are few. They don't have many votes. They have a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of votes. Neither do the corporations. They have even more money and have very few votes. And the same is true of very rich individuals. So they give the party money, and they tell the party, use the money we give you to go out there and get the votes we need to put you into power so you can do for us, your funders, what we want you to do. And that's what the Republicans do. They take those millions, those billions, and they flood the airways with advertisements. They shake up the internet. They put ads everywhere.
Sound familiar, everybody? Does this sound familiar yet?
Yeah, big time.
They hire people from every corner that they can get a hold of to go out and get votes from their parishes, get votes from their employees if they can get them to do it. They use the money, in short, to buy millions of people's votes. Sure, they promise those people something, just like they promise the big donors the big money. They promise the little people little things that they can do. A law that suggests white people are maybe better than the rest of us. Or maybe that there won't be abortions. Or maybe this or that. Whatever they think those in the masses want to hear, they'll pay the money to get the message to them. Vote Republican, and you'll be able to have that gun or 10 more like it, etc. You know all of this. You don't need me for that. And that's how the system works. And while I'm focused now on the Republican Party and the Civil War going on, the same kind of deal is the Democratic Party. They too have their big donors, their billionaires, the few corporations that support them, and they take that money and they go out and buy the massive votes they need. Only they buy them from union members, from minorities, from working people, the kind who support the Democratic Party. But it's a few donors buying a lot of votes on both sides. In that ways, these parties are similar. But now back to the Republicans. What's the Civil War about? Well, they want different things. The people at the top like immigration. They always have.
That's really fucking important. And he'll explain why. But the second, every single time the conservatives in Canada or America or any Western country really start yapping about immigration, this is the biggest grift they got. Because none of them actually dislike immigration. What they like immigration for is it's the perfect, and I mean the numbers don't lie. Joe Biden deported more people than Donald Trump did in his first term. Fact.
Yes.
They all like immigration.
Mhm.
But they understand how effective a tool it is in pivoting away all of the detrimental elements of late stage capitalism, because they can't blame like the system. They can't blame the billionaires because they work for them. There it is, Angel. There it is.
Cheap
There it is
labor.
right there.
Yeah, yeah. And
Make
again,
corporations more money.
right. And the immigrants are less likely to go to the police when they're getting fucked in the ass. I mean, because again, all they have to, okay, go to the police, and the police will send them back to where they were, back to the hellscape. And it's a catch-22. I mean, that's why the rich want this. That's their civil war. Hey, hate the immigrant, but don't hate us. No, that's not how it works, honey. That's not how it works. We're catching on to your little schemes.
They're the employer class. They like immigrants because you can pay them less for the same work. They like immigrants because if they don't do what you want, you terrorize them by threatening to inform the authorities, and they might lose their job or lose their citizenship or both. They are very pliant workers. If you bring them in on those HB1 visas and they don't keep the job or you fire them, they better go get that visa in a hurry or else they have to get out of the country. So they're not going to misbehave, are they? Not like a worker who is native born, doesn't have to worry about those issues. So the employers like immigration, but the mass of people have been persuaded over recent years to blame the deepening problems of American capitalism on immigrants. That's wrong. That makes no sense at all. It's what we used to call scapegoating. You can't do something about a problem, so you find someone to blame, focus everybody's upset on that scapegoat, do nothing about the problem, but relieve the pressure by having people demonize the scapegoat. It's far too familiar a part of American history and has been for many, many decades. So the Civil War pits those at the top who want immigration, who are going to demand it. They want the freedom to employ the immigrant. But the mass of people were led to believe by Mr. Trump and his associates that not only would they blame immigrants, but to keep the masses happy, or to be honest, to keep the masses voting Republican, you got to do something. And so there was all that talk about deporting millions of immigrants. Well, here's the problem. The rich people who fund the Republican Party want immigrants, and the mass of people who provide the votes don't. At least the majorities of both do and don't. So what's the Republican Party going to do? It's torn apart inside. The funders don't want the party to do what the mass of voters want, and vice versa. So they both turn to Mr. Trump. They both sides turned to the people they put in power, one with the money, the other with the votes. And Mr. Trump, like most politicians caught in that kind of civil war, went with the money, because that's what they do most of the time. Follow the money, you figure out what's going on. I wish I could say something like this happens in the Republican Party, but not the Democrat. I can't say it, and I won't. They too are a party of big donors who give the party the money to buy the mass of people who vote Democratic. Can they end up on opposite sides and have a civil war? They can, they have, they do, and they most likely will. But right now, in literally a couple of weeks before Mr. Trump takes office, we have an exploding civil war with money making the difference, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Commitment to principle, right out the window when the money comes in to call the shots. There's a reason we keep thinking of that very clever remark that I don't know who was the first to make. We here in America have the best government money can buy.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that before.
If discussions like this strike you as a useful part of a political conversations we have in the United States, then please share this video with others who might be interested. That's why we make them. And of course, as you know, it costs money to do it. If you can make a donation to help us cover those costs, not only will that be appreciated, but a special thank you will also go to you.
And this is why I fuck with Richard Wolff. Because I don't know what it is, if he's just like, you know, if his experience just makes him extra good at this, but he's really good at breaking down complex, like, materialist shit into really, like, easily digestible, really easy to understand framing that pretty much anybody can watch that video and understand like 100% of it, right? He explains it the way like a 5-year-old could understand it. And that's more of the communication. That's more of the messaging I want to see, really, when it comes to like working class politics. But that's essentially the video that every single Trump supporter needs to watch, because we need more people over on the post-duopoly side, over on the fuck both of the ruling parties in North America side. We can't do this much longer. This whole like back and forth, yeah, my guy won, and now we're gonna just do the same fucking bullshit over and over.
That's what's
again.
gonna happen in this next
They
episode.
probably won't watch Richard.
That's
Wolff's
exactly
video.
what's gonna. Dude, they're already cheering on taking over Greenland and Canada. All the stuff that they were talking about for the last 4 years, inflation, war, all the stuff that Trumpers are talking nice about, they're gonna support it now. They're supporting it now, and it just like. What Snow says about the digital ID, they're going to use Trump as a vehicle. He's a vehicle to get all this stuff through.
Yep. And we're going to get into that right
But they're probably
now.
not going to watch Richard Wolff's videos because they'll think he's a communist, you know.
And they say that
That's,
like
that's the other thing. There's like this visceral. That's the thing with America. Like, I mean, and you might not experience this in Canada that much, but like, and I'm sure like Rich, you can attest to this. But like, the visceral, like, what are you fucking commie kind of bullshit that we have here in America. Like, it's a religion. Anti-communism is a religion, especially in America. I don't know, maybe in Canada it is. I think maybe it is.
Dude, perfect. I have a perfect recent example actually of that, because it absolutely is. I mean, again, like, I need to stress this.
It's a religion. No matter what gets proven to you.
Our entire government stood up and gave a standing ovation to a
literal Nazi.
To a Nazi. Because he fought against Russia. So they looked at both those sides. They went, what's on this side? Communism. What is on this side? Literal fucking Hitler.
Literal Nazis. Actual
Nazis.
Nazis.
They're like, yes, Hitler, yes, we love it. Like, out of
I agree
nowhere.
with it, bro.
America's government gave blowjobs to a bunch of Nazis over in Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine! Oh, Ukraine! I mean, for fuck's sake, we're no different. The American government's no different than Canada. It's just the only thing is that we didn't see Justin Trudeau get on his knees and blow the Nazi. That's the only thing we didn't see.
And he's gone now.
Yeah, he's dead. He passed away. Okay. Well,
we didn't see him because he was in disguise. He's a master of disguise. Yeah, so I feel like that's the perfect encapsulation of neoliberalism in the West, period. That moment in Canada, because it's like, whenever presented with a choice between actual fascism and communism, they're going to pick fascism every fucking time. Every time. You're seeing it right now in the States. But we're going to get into this Trump annexing Canada bit, because you know what? As much as I'd like to say I didn't have Trump ushering in the New World Order on my 2025 bingo card, I got news for you. I fucking did. I had it for many years.
NWO for life. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
The wrestling thing.
So to catch everybody up, just so we're all on the same page. This is how down bad we currently are when it comes to what's going on.
Mr. President, if we were to work under the assumption that you're serious about making Canada the 51st state of the United States, the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada said, under no circumstance will it ever be the 51st state.
Maybe he won't win, but maybe he will. I don't
Point, you had suggested
I don't
Listen, I don't care what he says.
He just doesn't
I don't
military force to acquire Panama and Greenland. Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire Canada?
No, economic force, because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. But here's the problem with Canada. So many friends up there.
Who protects
I
Canada?
love the Canadian people. They're great.
What the fuck is he talking about?
We're spending
Apparently we do.
hundreds of billions.
I love the Canadian people.
When has America ever said, yeah, we'll give you some nukes, Canada. Yeah, go nuke those bastards. Fuck you,
We do
Trump.
have more money.
What I find hilarious is like, who do we need to be? I know the answer to this, obviously, but it's like when you think like, who does Canada need to be protected from? Obviously, we know the answers: Russia, China. It's always fucking China, but it's like nobody's fucking with us because we're not America. We're not running around blowing everybody up. We're helping them blow people up. We're definitely helping them genocide a whole group of people in Gaza.
Israel.
But like we're not the ones with like 8 million military bases encircling the planet. So it's like, who is trying to kill Canada? What are we protecting them from? Aliens? Are there aliens? Is that what's happening here? Because
Not even Canada
I don't
wants
really
Canada.
know.
Not
I
even
don't think
Canada.
I don't. I told Greg personally. He's like, "What do you want to do with Canada?" And I said, "I don't care. Just give it away."
Okay, but you're not going to have any health care, and you're going to have a really big homeless population.
No, I have a counter proposal.
Okay, what's that?
Listen, if another superpower wanted to maybe acquire us, I wouldn't say no. I'll just leave it at that.
China, Xi has to come save us. That's the only way we get out of this mess. Is if President Xi comes here with a ruling fist and says, "This is mine now." That's the only way we get saved.
Mine. I called it. No take back.
Mine.
I mean, I would like to. I would like.
That's what being president is. Dude. So it's just a giant game of risk, right? Like you just take whatever you want. You just take it. I don't take it. I don't know.
Yeah, but here's the first problem with the whole annexing Canada sort of shtick.
There's a lot.
I don't know why more people aren't starting with this. This is like the basic problem with it. It would basically trigger World War III. That's just kind of like the basic thing. Because like, according to Article 5 for NATO, and I'm not defending NATO. If you know anything about me, I would never fucking do that. But collective defense means that an attack against one ally is considered an attack against all allies. So essentially, if America tried to pull this, everybody else in NATO would be forced to defend Canada. So it would very quickly turn into a global fucking conflict. Very quickly.
Well, the question is, I mean, would they consider annexing Canada?
How would this trigger Article 5?
Yeah, I'm not. How would they consider it was an attack on Canada?
Because it would be the whole Biden thing is an attack on one is an attack on all.
Well, because I personally go through.
So would we need to attack us or Canada first in order for that to happen? Or I guess like if we become one. The problem is
No. So Canada's in NATO, so is America. So if America, because I'm trying to think of like, how does this get done? You can't purchase it, so that's out.
You kind of can.
It's part of the British Commonwealth, so you can't just like, it's not ours. It's technically not even ours to give away. The Queen, or sorry, she's dead now. Good, but the King, I guess, could come over. The King has the power to actually just delete our whole parliament. He could come over and be like, "This is bullshit. It's scuffed. It smells. It's very stinky. Goodbye. Bye, sweaty." And like, we just gotta figure out another government, right? It's not really ours to give away because we're part of the Commonwealth. So those options are out. So when I'm looking at it and peeling away the bullshit, I'm like, the only way that this actually becomes part of the states is if they annex it, which would trigger Article 5 because it's threatening the sovereignty of another nation. It would cause.
Well, you could say the same thing about Denmark too, then, because Denmark is a founding NATO member.
Of course.
If we annex Denmark, yeah. I mean, but that would be if it was a military occupation.
Yeah. But again, he's talking about like purchasing it. And it was really funny because the Denmark actually updated its coat of arms. They're very firm on like, we do not want to give Greenland away. Fuck off. We don't care. You know, all that. But like, all of this is really funny because the stuff he's floating, and you got to think like, what's behind this? Obviously, like, is this intentional? I will say that I will go on record saying this is my personal opinion. I don't think this is all of it. I definitely think there's some more behind this, but I think this is a central reason behind it. I told you guys this is what the whole Annex Canada narrative is actually about. Ruling class painting pee-pee as Canada's savior against Trump taking the country.
Pee-pee.
Make no mistake.
He said pee-pee.
So this is probably our next prime minister. We're going to get into him later because there's some really interesting connections behind the Canadian Conservative Party.
Let me guess, WEF?
Not just that.
Israel?
You'll never guess what Middle Eastern country is involved. You guys will never
Israel?
guess what. Oh, how'd you guess?
I'm
Aw,
psychic.
man.
I'm totally psychic.
Oh, nobody would have guessed Israel. Oh.
I told you I'm psychic.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, Trudeau is kind of giving like the whole like tough guy like talk too, where it's like, oh well, there's not a snowball's chance in hell. Like as if anyone says that. A snowball's chance in hell. Do Canadians say that? A snowball's chance in hell?
Nobody says that. That is some bullshit that he just pulled.
So Trudeau is already off on his liberal shtick, being like, "No, Trump, you're not taking Canada." You saw the Elizabeth May thing, who I don't know the Green Party of Canada too well, but she's the Green Party, one of the Green Party people, and she's like,
one of the better ones.
And she's like, okay, let's take. Well, I saw people in the comments calling her like a drunk or something like that. I don't know. I like her. I like her. She's like she was there's that clip of her where she's like talking about like, all right, fine. How about we take California because she references the Cascadia, talking about the British Commonwealth, and you could just take California. There was a time where California and Washington and Oregon they were going to be a part of the Canada. And do you learn about the 1812 war?
War of
The
1812.
war between Canada.
Yeah, we
in high school,
about that in history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
we
like one
learned
of the
about
things
it.
you learn in high school in Canada, right?
Well, we learn about it in middle school, but it's okay. I get that you guys are American.
No,
We don't learn about that. We don't get taught about that shit. You guys
wait, what? In school.
What? You don't learn about 1812?
Yeah, I learned about it.
We never learned about it. What are you talking about?
I did. What? In my school, maybe they were.
In middle school, maybe in high school.
Were you in a private
We did not
school?
learn that in middle school. Maybe high school, but like I remember high school being still primarily focused on World War II and World War One, like a mostly American central based like.
We did like a World War One, World War II class that we did them together, and then we watched what was it? Not Titanic. What was the movie about the bombing of
Schindler's List?
No.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor. Yeah. We watched the movie and that's it.
Oh, dude, Ben Affleck, he can suck my ass.
Ew.
You probably should have watched Tor.
He sucks in that movie.
He was
There's a
the
song
bomb in
about it.
Phantoms, though.
No, we went over the War of
Pearl Harbor
1812
sucks.
because we
went
over the Revolutionary War in 6th grade. In 7th grade, it was the War of 1812, and 8th grade was the Civil War. Yeah.
You know what was a trip? Speaking of,
though, in my defense, my middle school.
Oh, did you learn about it in high school?
The War of 1812?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like I don't remember that.
It was Canada's annex.
Maybe it was like a very brief period of time, but like I don't remember learning that specifically.
I do.
But the thing is, like the biggest trip for me, I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but like one day as an adult, you just like read up on World War II after like the indoctrination of learning about it like as a kid, and you're like, wait, the communists won? I thought we what? What's the Battle of Berlin? Oh my God. They were the central, but I thought we did all the heavy lifting. We didn't?
No, we didn't come in until after
okay. Okay.
The British were getting their asses kicked, and then Hitler decided that he didn't want to take, Britain out of it, and Britain's kind of like, okay, we're back. Where the fuck?
Well,
is
we funded
America?
them for a very long time. I mean, even Ford Ford sued the Allies because they bombed their German factories. Their German weapon manufacturing factories, like all the weapons we made. Hitler doesn't just get rich out of nowhere. That was the stupidest fucking thing that they taught us. Was like, Hitler made the German economy turn around because he told everyone to hate Jews. That's not what fucking happened. Dude, Hitler just doesn't come out of money from he doesn't piss money out of nowhere just because he started like rounding up the Jews. That's not what fucking happens. It was because we were giving them the weapons. We were funding their military the entire time.
Ford,
American companies.
Yeah.
Rockefeller, Ford, all of them. We were making their weapons. The Holocaust would not happen if it wasn't for us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's still some people today
That's
say
the big lie.
Never happened.
It's like we are the Nazis because we took them afterwards. We took them after in Operation what's it called?
Paperclip.
Operation Paperclip.
Operation Paperclip. Yep.
We take all their
did our own Holocaust here. Look what we did to the Japanese Americans in 1942. These these American citizens.
It wasn't a Holocaust, but we rounded it up. Yeah.
Yeah, we rounded them up. Said, "Sorry, you have no rights. Right this way." I mean,
I feel like when you really
FDR
peel back history,
the good president did that. The FDR did that. That's our good president.
The good president. Yeah. The one.
I feel like when you really peel back history, the whole like being okay with the Holocaust overseas and giving standing ovations to Nazis starts to make a lot more sense. But the average person doesn't really know that. But as fun as this is, I do want to get back on topic just because we all feed each other's ADHD far too aggressively at times. So this is from PP. Canada will never be the 51st state, period. We are a great and independent country. This is what I think part of this whole narrative is. It is meant to, I will fight for Canada. See? It is meant to manufacture, like, it's meant to solidify this guy, and we're going to get into him later. Remember his weird Millhouse fucking face. It is to solidify this guy, Canada first, of course. Let's steal some Trump rhetoric. It's to solidify this guy as the next leader of Canada. It's to solidify him, and I'll prove it.
It's the old boss.
Because after I made that post, this came out on the Toronto Sun, which is a popular conservative shit rag in Canada. Lily, we need to elect a new PM to stand up to Trump now. So let's unpack this. Let's unpack for a second. Okay, let's unpack this for 1 second. So you have a so-called imminent threat going on in Canada right now. The annexation of Canada. And realistically, we're all just worried that we're going to lose our healthcare, the rest of our social safety nets, and we're going to have to be introduced to Nickelback, which we gave to you and you kept. And now we don't want it back, and you're trying to give it back.
Look at this photograph.
we never claimed Nickelback ever.
Yeah, you did. You did.
How?
I
in the early 2000s?
Every time I go to the States, I hear Nickelback playing. I'm just going to say, every time I go there, I hear Nickelback. I don't hear it up here. That's all I'm saying. I don't hear it up here. But, so let's unpack this. There's a sense of urgency, a sense of danger, which is causing anxiety. Up here, there's a lot of people who are anxious. There are people at my work are anxious. We had like a meeting over it where everybody was just really scared that like, oh my God, is our country going to get taken over? So there's that fear, right? And then you present the savior figure, the person who's going to come in and defend Canada from the big, bad, evil orange man. Again, don't look at any countries in the Middle East that might be like kind of pulling the strings like for both these people. Don't look at that at all. That's not, just look away. Don't look behind the curtain. But let's focus because it's Monday Night Raw, and in the realm of the kabuki, we've got Orange Bad Man versus we need a prime minister to stand up to Trump, right? So all the scared Canadians, they're going to rally behind the person that they think is going to save them from going into medical debt and being subjected to Nickelback, which is even worse than going into medical debt, for the record.
By the way, speaking of Raw, Hulk Hogan was just booed out of the building.
Completely booed out of the building. I have a my neighbor let I got to see it. Let's just say I got to see it because of my neighbor. Thank you.
Regardless, it's a really funny reception from the MAGA folks over this whole annexing Canada business. I got a bunch of these, and it's beautiful. It's like me. This is a tweet I could have made after I voted for Trudeau for the first time. When he was like, electoral reform, whatever, fuck you. Look at some of this. I don't want Greenland. I don't want Canada. I want mass deportations. Lady MAGA USA.
Do you guys remember voting for taking annexing Canada? You remember voting for taking over Panama and Greenland? That's what I want.
This is just gross. Look at this. How about we take India too? Taking Canada is taking.
How is it taking in? They're two different countries. What do you mean, man? What do you mean?
What the fuck?
What does that mean?
I think this lady MAGA person is just. I don't know.
She obviously hates immigrants. She wants mass deportations, but the thing is, like,
that means
all
you.
of the MAGA people,
you do
all
know
of
you
the MAGA
are. You are the daughters of immigrants. You idiot.
And look at this. Look at this. From the odd man out, another MAGA person. The people have been snookered. This is NWO stuff, and we'll get into that because it very much fucking is. Because we are on the precipice of the Trump world order. Trademark copyright.
The TWO.
I should have made like a
Whoop-hack.
I should have made like a little intro thing like we did with the whole you remember the who's really running the country? That was a that was a banger intro.
Who's really running the country?
The new
Because that was at the time.
The truth is, Klaus Schwab is. It's actually Klaus Schwab.
intro theme should be
Klaus Schwab has for a
NWO.
while. Yeah.
The globalists. It's the globalists.
The globalists.
We were the globalists. We were the globalists the whole time. That was the
we're
whole
gonna get
point.
into that too. We don't want Canada. We don't want Canada or Greenland. We want a better and safer America. Secure our borders, not expand them. So it's endless posts about this from the Trump people who are like, what the fuck is going on? It's too big to be one state. One large segment of Canada speaks French, not English. First off, that's just Quebec. It's not like a large segment. It's just one province. Many Canadians don't want an American.
There's a lot of people who speak other languages. Chick.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Why don't you calm down and have a cerveza, as the French say. That one was for Angel.
Angel.
But many Canadians don't want an American takeover. I thought we were doing America first. Yeah, we're fucking not doing America first. I don't know how to break it to you guys. It was never America first. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into it.
You
Did
fell
you
for
not
that
learn
hook,
from
line,
his
and
first
sinker.
term? Did they not learn from his first term?
No.
So again, just let's recap real quick. So we have Canada, got Greenland, and Trump hasn't directly said it, but he's kind of starting shit with Mexico as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the dissidents,
We love you,
not
Angel.
one of the Trump people has started to notice. They are noticing. Greg, I believe they are noticing.
The noticing.
The Patriot voice.
The Patriot Force, brother. There
Patriot
comes a
voice.
time. Hold on, I gotta do a voice.
If you can't beat them, join them.
1882.
If you can't beat the
by myself.
globalists, you gotta be the globalists.
Exactly. There comes a time in all our lives that we have to ask some really tough or uncomfortable questions. Now's one of those times. It is impossible to ignore the direct correlation between these maps below, which make up the 10 superstate nations of the coming New World Order, one world government system, planned out many decades ago by the globalist consortiums, Club of Rome, Committee of 300, Bilderberg Group, United Nations, and others, with the plans to annex Canada and purchase Greenland. As a note, I don't think the Club of Rome ever involved purchasing Greenland. I think it was just a unification. I'm going to stop doing the voice too, because I realized very quickly.
Oh, come on.
I'm
You're so
bad.
good at it, brother.
All right, fine.
The globalists are taking over.
The region outlined is quickly coined North American Union. This is the important part. North American Union, NAU. If you've been paying attention, the North American Union is a central part of the New World Order, and it was first brought up during the presidency of George W. Bush, but with Mexico. If you were like me in the sense that you've been following these developments for the past almost 20 years, you will know what I'm referencing and the implications that come with it. Also, there is an attempt to create a new currency for the NAU, the Amero. Look at Region 1, which directly highlights an annexation of Canada and Greenland with the United States. I'm sorry, you just cannot explain that away, no matter how hard you try. My questions now shift to, 1, why does Donald Trump really want to buy Greenland and keep floating the idea to merge with Canada, despite those items being practically non-existent on the 2024 campaign trail? Last I checked, that is not part of the MAGA agenda that we voted for. 2, who is behind these radical ideas?
No, I voted to take over. I wanted Trump to take over Greenland. That's why I voted.
Yeah, imagine being like, I voted Trump because I wanted Greenland. Those sharks live forever, and I want to live long too.
I just want to say really quickly, I ain't reading all that Free Palestine.
Yeah.
Free Palestine.
As I said before, there are several extremely questionable individuals in Trump's orbit right now. Not only Elon Musk, but especially the massive influx of and unity with Silicon Valley tech bros. Now, quick question: what does Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump have in common? Can anyone answer me this?
They're all
Real
billionaires?
quick.
They're coming.
They're
They're all Mar-a-Lago.
Thank you.
They're all at Mar-a-Lago right now. They all went to Mar-a-Lago today. They were all at Mar-a-Lago today.
Guys, come
They
on.
all visited Trump today. They were all at Trump's house today. Like literally today. Jeff Bezos, Trump, and Musk.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
think
what
they were
doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what this guy's confused, and I'll just make this as an example. This is what zero material analysis does to a motherfucker. Because right off the bat, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump are all in the same, say it with me, class.
Club.
They are
that.
all in the
Class,
same
thing.
class.
I said they were all billionaires, Alex.
And we ain't in it.
Yep. Alex Trebek here. I'll take they're all billionaires for 100, Alex.
Yes, they are all of the billionaire club. Which is why naturally their interests are always going to diverge. They are not the same interests as yours. They don't have any incentive to make your life better. They don't fucking care. They get rich either way. Why would they make any changes at all to prevent a revolution?
They wouldn't.
Well, that's why Trump was installed, to prevent that very revolution, because people were getting really fucking fed up.
Yeah, exactly.
And they do this changing of the guard every time.
If the deep state really hated Trump, why is he allowed to be president?
I mean, he would have been JFK'd, RFK'd.
That should have been your first clue.
They were literally against the deep state, and look at what happened to them. You can't talk to them unless you got a Ouija board, honey.
Mhm.
I mean, look
That
at
really
what
should have been your
happened
first
to them.
clue.
It always
Like, if
reminds
you-
me of that Bill. It always reminds me of that Bill Hicks skit. That Bill Hicks skit where it's like every time a president gets elected, what they do is they take him into a back room with a bunch of shady people with cigars, and they just play a clip of JFK getting clipped from an angle they've never seen before that looks like the grassy knoll. And then they turn to him and go, "Any questions?" That's it.
Jimmy
Oh, what's my agenda?
I think Jimmy
Yeah,
Dore said
exactly. What's my agenda?
Oh, no, that's Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks said that.
Yeah, it's a
that.
Bill
Well,
Hicks
Bill
he
Hicks
was
skit.
but Jimmy was quoting Bill Hicks. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
probably.
Real fucking high on drugs.
Prying open my third eye. Number 4, we have so many issues here at home. Our country is practically falling apart, and we're all shitting, farting, and pissing and coming. And we have an sorry, I improvised. And we have and we have an unbelievable amount of debt. Why would a major priority be to buy Greenland before even taking the oath of office? Oath office. Number 5, why are there so many goddamn AI data centers being opened across the Midwest and Sunbelt, and talk of using Greenland to load it with power plants to power those data centers while using H-1B labor to build them? Not a question, but a point of reference.
Now try reading using the Haley Welsh voice.
Because they love you.
Hi, guys.
They can pay them less money. They don't have
I'm
to pay
gonna
an
go to
American
bed.
worker.
I just scammed all of you. I'm going to go to bed now.
They literally can get the American worker to hate the immigrant. Hate the immigrant, guys. Hate, punch down. Make sure that you punch down at the immigrants. No, that's not how it works. We know how the system works, baby.
Even while they're clearly pissing in MAGA's mouth, they're like, no, we're mad at the Indians for this instead of the people who are creating the whole exploitative system to begin with. Of course.
Soon there's going to be a Donald Trump kiss my ass club.
Oh my god! Oh my god, guys! Look at the cope. This is the exact point of this tweet where the cope sets in.
I'm gonna go throw up in my mouth.
Could it be that Trump is simply trolling? Sure. We the people deserve the truth. I'm also not saying definitively that Trump is purposefully leading us into the end.
Insert the Jimmy Dore laugh.
This entire thing sounds like a South Park episode.
Of course. But rather that a lot of these actions are at the very least eyebrow raising and deserve proper scrutiny. It will be incredibly disingenuous to just ignore these things. And now I want to point you to the Club of Rome, which is a long established New World Order agenda. Number 1, NAU, the North American Union. And would you look at that? It's America, Canada, and fucking Greenland. Just look at it for a second.
Look up the New World Order of 1912.
Club of Rome, Committee of 300. This group was organized in 1968 by the Morgenthau Group for the purpose of accelerating the plans to have the New World Order in place by the year 2000. Well, what's another 24 years? In 1976, the United States Association of the Club of Rome, USACOR, was formed for the purpose of shutting down the U.S. economy, shutting down the U.S. economy gradually. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. The Club of Rome developed a plan to divide the world into 10 regions or kingdoms. Now, it's probably just gonna end up that like in 10 years, this is just gonna say BRICS on it. But in the event that they actually pull this shit off, and again, the reason this is interesting too. Notice the difference between the tone of Canada versus the tone of Mexico when they're dealing with Trump. Mexico's much more adversarial, but that's because that ain't on this map. So this guy's getting it.
But this
So
is
can
the
you look
shit
up-
that they said
can
that
you-
Putin was
no.
going to do.
Can you
Remember
Google
they
real
said-
quick the 1942 map of world order of the New World Order?
This is
1942.
shit that they literally said that Putin was going to do this.
So the Bilderberg group, the
Over, he's gonna
Bilderberg
bring back
group,
the USSR.
the Bilderberg group, they set up, they drew up a map that's similar to this.
Oh, post-war New World map. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's right. It's right there. It's Canada, America, and Greenland.
Mm-hmm. But like I said,
Well,
they
plus
literally,
Mexico.
this is what
That's
people
a little-
said that Putin was going to do. He was going to bring back the USSR and oh no, boogie, 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 as Cabela would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is exactly what they said Putin was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Funny that.
What you think? You think Russia would just do communism? That's never happened.
Ew, communism, dude.
That's crazy. Oh, that was a good catch, my dude. Yeah, so this is interesting.
I
too.
saw this a while ago, but pull up the images. Pull up the images before. Yeah. This is the New World Order according to Bilderbergs, like the same exact group that meets every year with a bunch of billionaires like Bill Gates and all of them.
Yeah, Davos, right? So the corporate press is openly discussing this now. Look at this shit.
Oh, there's that
I
guy.
had two topics.
President-elect Trump on this issue.
I had two topics that I wanted to talk to him about. Number one was integrating Canada towards a North American Union for.
He admitted it.
You're not supposed to say quiet out loud, you dumb rich fuck.
He's saying the fucking name.
And
What
that's
are
why
you doing?
she has her eyes closed. She can't believe he said that.
Greater strength, just period. The world's a difficult
She's
place
like,
these
oh,
days.
you
shit.
shouldn't have said the
Most
name.
Canadians would look to
You
look
can't
at
just
the
say it.
without
What are you
dignity,
doing?
Without giving up their sovereignty. So low-hanging fruit would be combined currency, for example, combining the Bank of Canada with the Fed, things like.
Combined currency.
No.
Combining the banks.
They
Combining the
have
currency and the
coveted
banks.
this for all time since 1942. They have coveted this. This is what they want.
There is no reason why every red flag of every single conservative on earth isn't flying in their face right now. Look at what they're talking about on corporate press. These are all the Trumpies. Oh yeah, we can just combine the currency. Maybe we'll make it digital. I don't know.
Warning.
We'll just merge like everything into like a he just said North American Union on Fox News.
And they don't care. Fox is going to agree with them because they're also rich fucks who want to take over the world. And they're going to brainwash people. My dad was watching Jesse Waters and he was saying, oh, isn't it so horrible what's going on in California? Fucker, I don't see you helping people in California. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Greg,
are you doing?
Greg, I gotta ask you, brother, how fucking vindicated do you feel right now? Because I feel so goddamn vindicated. Oh
With the
my
North American
God.
Union shit?
Yeah, with just the direction that the whole MAGA thing's going. I'm like, part of me is like, I was
Everyone
hoping
knew
I was
this was
wrong.
coming.
Part of me is hoping I was wrong, but as this is starting to develop, I'm like, fuck. Oh man.
As
Guys.
Joker would say, you go with your
Because they're
fucking-
cooked. They're cooked.
Guys, we got a problem. We got a problem, guys.
What?
What?
There's a big problem. There's a big look. What's in the chat now? We got a big problem.
Oh no!
Just relax. Just relax. Just
that happened exactly a year ago today.
Just it's just
the Jew tunnels.
The Jew tunnels was exactly a year ago today.
What did we rate that again? Was that S tier? I think that was S tier.
I mean,
it was pretty S tier.
It was like, hello.
Do you remember anything coming out of that? I don't. We never learned anything new from that.
No, it was literally just to like, hey, everybody focus on this, and like a bunch of crazy bullshit happened at the same time, and it worked.
Well,
Nobody
they were
paid
like
attention.
literally pulling kid stuff out of those tunnels, and I went, every major religion has their pedophiles, guys. That's not.
So
that's fair.
This is extra. It's
a little like, you know, prominent in some others than it is in others.
I'm just saying. I mean, every
You're
major
right.
religion, every Abrahamic religion, because I've yet to find a Wiccan that is a pedophile or a pagan that is a pedophile.
Can you find a pedo?
I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they're out there, but I mean, I've yet to see one.
Yeah.
Let me meet one.
Speaking of, this is the cherry. This is the icing on the cake. So.
Oh God.
The guy who's been talking about globalists every fucking day, and I'll prove it.
For the past 20 fucking years.
The past 20 years.
30 years.
Is asking if we should make Canada the 51st state.
I think we should definitely make it the 51st state. I think we're a great idea.
We got to become the globalists. If we want to beat the globalists, we got to become the globalists.
We got to become the globalists. 1624. I'm just pulling random numbers out of my ass. Please buy my supplements. They'll help you shit. But
they're gonna get you jacked in 5 minutes, and you don't even have to get your fat ass off the couch.
Look at this, Cope. Leftists are going to lose their minds. They just don't understand. Really? They just don't understand Trump. Their thinking is too.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Look at
Trump
this.
is not your savior. Fuck? Trump is going to send you to the fucking slave quarters, you asshole. You are part of the problem. You still think Trump has got it. He's got it. He's going to give us all poor people. He's going to give us a leg up, and we're going to prove for ourselves. Ha ha ha. You're going to do nothing but what you're fucking told. That's what you're going to do.
And so I got to say,
fucking slave.
There was a man who warned us long ago about what Alex Jones is promoting right now. And that man,
other than aliens and gay frogs.
Okay. Let me go ahead now and just get into the financial news. You see, they're not just going to take everything you got. They want to take what you got so they can then have their way with you with the eugenics social safety net they've set up for you. Now, before I get into that, I just want to read this to you first. This is a quote. This is a public quote by Richard N. Haas, the current president of the Council on Foreign Relations, stated in his article. This is a public article. This is on the Council on Foreign Relations website and Club of Rome site. They're very proud of it.
Club of Rome site.
Okay, very proud of this. State sovereignty must be altered in a globalized era, that a system of world government must be created and sovereignty eliminated in order to fight global warming, as well as terrorism. Moreover, states must be prepared to cede some sovereignty to world bodies if the international system is to function, said Haas. Globalization thus implies that sovereignty is not only becoming weaker in reality, but that it needs to become weaker. States would be wise to weaken sovereignty in order to protect themselves. So, hand it over to the bankers that are doing all this. That's what that means. Let me read you. This is from, by the way, this is 91. He said they would govern us with the social network of the global carbon tax to micromanage every facet of your life, and terrorism, that those would be used as the pincer attack. And that was in the First Global Revolution, published by the Club of Rome, republished by Council on Foreign Relations. And that is the report titled The First Global Revolution, 1991, published by the Club of Rome, a globalist think tank. We find the following statement, Richard N. Haas. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we must come up with the idea that population, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. All these dangers are caused by the human intervention. The real enemy is humanity itself. And then the head of the CFR goes on. They're eugenicists, see, and they openly say they want 80% of us dead. And they say they hate the middle class, and they hate you living in that $1 million house, and they hate the fact that your kids look great and you got money in swimming pools. These are some real Scrooges, folks. If you study elites throughout history, though, this is pretty normal. They're really unhappy, soulless people. They're psychopathic sadists. Right. Now, you can go look this up. By the way, this is at the UT Library. We didn't just believe this on the CFR website when we were making Endgame. We went and actually got his reports. In fact, you ought to go to the UT Library if you live here in Austin or wherever you live, if it's a big enough library, and you ought to go get Club of Rome publications. And actually, they have them. They're magazines, and you ought to get it out in your hand. So it's not Alex on TV telling you. You ought to flip it open. And you ought to read that for yourself. And it gets a lot worse. Instead of sitting there saying we're not telling the truth. These guys are so arrogant, they laugh about how you'll never... They write books. David Rockefeller wrote...
So that's the globalism enjoyer warning us about the exact same globalism that we saw on that Club of Rome map. But
Hey,
let's
Alex,
talk
what
about let's talk about these elites laughing together for a second, because we have some breaking news about these elites laughing together. You guys all know what I'm referring to already. I don't have to fucking tell you. We're all on the same page here. We all saw the same shit today.
They really think that Hitler bombers, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you believe we actually suckered all these guys?
Dude, the Bush
Stupid
belly.
fucking poor people.
When Bush tapped Obama in the belly, I was like, wow, I want to die. That's so sickening.
Yeah. So
this motherfucker.
And you know what Fox News was bitching about? Fox News was bitching about the fact that Michelle Obama wasn't there. You know what? I don't give a fuck where Michelle Obama is, you dumb motherfuckers. What I do care about is that these rich motherfuckers think we're fucking stupid. That's what I care about. Fuck you, Fox
They do.
News.
They think you're this fucking stupid. Right here. Look at this. Look at this freeze frame. This says it all. Okay? And
people got divorces over this.
That's the craziest part. People literally split up over
entire years long relationships ended because of these two, and they're talking like they're buddies.
Because they are.
Well, yeah. I mean, and the thing I always go back to is before all this happened, there were the pictures. There were pictures of Trump golfing with the Clintons. There were pictures of them at parties together.
Golfing with Michael Bloomberg.
They all go golfing together. Yeah.
This is the crazy part of this whole psyop. The Donald Trump psyop in general. The pieces were always there. You could always just fucking look up all of it. Hold on, Greg link something here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but I mean this is the kind
of
my god,
this is
gold.
Oh my
that watch
god,
Fox News
this
believe.
is gold. No way.
Yes way.
Look at this.
Oh baby. Oh baby.
Off the top, you mentioned the Carter funeral today. What were you talking to Barack Obama about?
It did look very friendly, I must say. I didn't realize
Stupid fucking
how friendly it looked. I saw it on your wonderful network just a little while ago before I came in, and I said, boy, they look like two people that like each other, and we probably do. We have little different philosophies, right?
There you go.
We probably do. I don't know, we just got along, but I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we.
Yeah, that's
went
because
on.
you suck
It was a
everybody.
fu- wait,
dick.
hold on.
I thought it was a beautiful service,
it was a
but we all got
funeral.
along very well.
Yeah.
How was there a backstage at a funeral? What's the
And
backstage?
there's a backstage for
Backstage.
the rich people. You gotta go to
But
that
also-
green room, baby. Gotta fake those
also-
tears.
Wait, no.
Also,
no, seriously,
I'm-
you're at a church. Where the fuck is the back? What are you talking about backstage? What are you talking
Oh, trust me.
Like talking outside before the funeral happened, I guess. That's my guess.
He said
Trust me,
backstage.
churches have a lot of dirty secrets.
Was it a funeral or was it a play? Because
It
because
was
he
probably
said
a play.
backstage. He said
Because none of those
backstage.
people gave a fuck about Carter. None of them gave a fuck, okay?
No one
They're
gave
just
a
like,
fuck.
hey, at least I'm not dead.
But Zy Squirrel apparently thought Jimmy Carter was great, I guess, or at least with his or her tweets, I guess.
No, she
the thing I want to ask you guys.
She posted that Noam Chomsky clip calling him out. No,
The
she's
one thing
not.
I want to ask you guys about is, does that come off as damage control to you? Because it comes off as damage control to me. The way he's talking about that, it seems like he got a talking to from somebody who's like, "Yo, the plebs are
Maybe
the
a
plebs
little
are."
bit, but I don't think so. I think they're just pissing in your face and telling you it's raining.
I don't know. I feel like that it felt like damage control a little to me, just because he
Maybe
was
a little
very like. Well, here's the thing. Here's my case. I'll argue this case. He said, he was like, it seemed friendly. So he already understands the issue. He's joking around with Obama. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you guys buddies? Like, what's going on?
Oh my God, you're talking to a Democrat? What in the fuck is the matter with you? You know? Like, they don't
I got newsflash for
each
you.
other's
Democrats
weddings.
and
They
Republicans
go-
are the same.
They go
Oh
to
my
each
God.
other's bar mitzvahs and shit, and they go to each other's weddings, and they suck
Bar
each other's
mitzvahs?
dicks. This is not a big thing.
That's a little
What's going on for
anti-Semitic.
But they're trying. You
Bar
know what I meant.
mitzvahs.
You know what I meant. They
They're
all
not
do
that
it.
young. Wait, they're not that young. They're not going.
They
they're
all
getting their
do
bar
this.
mitzvahs at like
They-
40.
Well, they go to their kids' bar mitzvahs. You don't know. That's what I mean. But you know what I mean. They all suck each other's dicks. That's what they do. That's what they do. And they're still trying to, come up with this bullshit. Oh, well, I was just trying to be nice. I was just trying to, I wasn't sucking his dick. No, of course I wasn't. I
by
was,
the way,
I was playing
everybody.
40
They
chess.
definitely
That's
suck
what I
each
was
other's
doing.
dick, though. That's definitely.
By the way, everybody,
that definitely
real
happens.
quick, I just want to say, if you want to support the channel,
They suck each
there
other's
is
dicks
a
and,
merch store where you can get
garbage.
this face on a mug, on a sticker or a shirt. So
Pretty.
yeah,
Or,
but
back to-
I did want to point out some of the liberals might be waking up, which is I didn't have this on my
Oh my
bingo
God,
card.
Sometimes I think we're getting played.
Sometimes I think we're all getting played. Ed
Sometimes.
Krasenstein, who is a famous shit
Sometimes.
lib, obviously,
Not all
but
the
he's
fucking
sitting
time.
he's sitting here and he's like, wait a minute. Is this really just a big club? Like it's finally the gears are finally starting to turn.
Yeah, right?
The same gears that turned for most of us, like, I don't know, like almost 10 years ago. He's like, wait, hold up, mister. Are we getting bamboozled?
Now,
So
wait
here's a discussion
minute.
point.
Are you
Here's a
guys
discussion
messing with
point. Here's something I wanted to float by you guys. I want to know everybody's take on this.
this? Of course.
I wanted to know. Stop talking over each other. I mean, we're doing the best we can, but no promises. Anyway, I wanted to float this by you guys. Do you think there's a possibility that what we're seeing here with the whole Greenland and annexing Canada thing and all that, I'm wondering, do you think maybe they're trying to like float, kind of test the waters with a potential like New World Order play, like kind of see how the public feels about it sort of situation?
That's what I was trying to show you with the map, the Bilderberg group. I
Yeah.
think there's something there. I genuinely think there's something there.
Do you think they're trying to be like, do you think we can? I feel like a lot of it is like kind of A/B testing, like they're trying to test.
I think they do a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel that
A/B
way
testing,
too.
That makes a lot of sense.
Of course.
Because they're like, because like what's happening, what I see is happening is like they're kind of pushing this a little too on the nose. Because again, like if you're trying to get away with something, you don't just like directly just say it like I'm gonna do this thing and I want to annex Canada and I want Greenland too. Like it's so fucking deliberate and out in your face. I can't help but think like this has to be put in front of us for a reason. Otherwise, they would just like I don't know, create some crisis that meant they had to do the thing, right? I feel like they're trying to see what the waters are like. They're trying to test the waters in like, would they be okay with the Club of Rome, New World Order sort of globalism thing right now? Or are they going to freak out?
Well, they did
and I
that
feel
with,
like,
with COVID. Are they gonna lock down? Are they gonna listen to what we have to say? Yeah, look what happened with COVID. They've been testing the waters many times. Yeah,
they'll come. Just give it time.
Yeah,
you're gonna get your quademic soon. Don't you worry.
Quademic.
They're already talking bird flu. They're already talking COVID coming back. Monkeypox coming. I mean, this shit is not new. They've been testing the waters now for years.
Mm-hmm.
This is stuff that Jesse Ventura was talking about on his show.
Year they come out with a new disease.
Yep. Oh no! Boogie, 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 boogie.
My favorite was monkeypox. They like squawked about that for weeks. They squawked about that. They squawked about that for weeks, and then nobody cared, and then it disappeared. Like, when's the last time you heard about monkeypox? It literally just disappeared. They're just like, yeah, okay, I guess.
Well, they're trying to bring it back. They're trying to bring it back. And this bird flu, they're getting, oh, well, it's rare, but it could go to humans. No, fucker, you just want to kill all of our livestock, so we, again, hit the button. Oh, nothing, be happy, and eat sea bugs.
Yeah,
a Birdemic, you know, like the movie Birdemic.
I'm not gonna lie, the focus on the livestock is so pronounced that, like, if you look at all the articles, you wouldn't even know how serious or not serious the disease is, because they're all just like, oh, it's going after the chickens. We've had to kill 5 billion chickens, and yeah, we get it. But I digress. I wanna switch the focus a little bit because I said I'd come back to this. I want to discuss what's really behind the Canadian Conservative Party. Because as I'm going to point out here, this is our likely new.
That's your new government. That's your new prime minister, 100%. There's no one else.
Our likely new prime minister.
That's pretty much going to be.
Yesterday, you said that you endorse Israel proactively defending itself by hitting Iran's nuclear sites, which is something that President Joe Biden does not endorse. Do you not feel like this could lead to a likelihood of an all-out conventional war between Iran and Israel? And do you not agree with Joe Biden and his assessment?
I think the idea of allowing a genocidal, theocratic, unstable dictatorship that is.
Are you talking about Israel there, dickhead?
He's not referring to Israel right now. That's the best part.
Do you have the clip of him calling himself a good goy?
What the fuck is that reporter talking about saying Biden does? Yes, he does.
Yes, Biden does, but
there's this video of him saying, I'm a good goy from the prairie.
Yep. A simple goy from the prairies with the
prairie. Little me.
From Canada's prairies or from America's prairies?
Neither.
Is desperate to avoid being overthrown by its own people, to develop nuclear weapons, is about the most dangerous and irresponsible thing that the world could ever allow. And if Israel were to stop that genocidal, theocratic, unstable government from acquiring nuclear weapons, it would be a gift by the Jewish state to humanity.
Go fuck yourself.
Israel needs to stop the genocide, everybody. You heard it from him.
I think he's talking about Iran. Although in his warped mind, Iran is always the bad guy and Israel's always the good guy. Hey, go fuck yourself.
The prairies.
Here it is, buddy.
Just
for you.
As you can imagine, it's a pretty big honor for a simple guy from the prairies to stand before you today.
What prairies? Where?
And he's wearing the yarmulke like he's Peter Pan or some shit. I don't know what was going on there.
They have to put themselves through humiliation.
I do believe it varies.
It has to be a humiliation ritual.
I want to know how much it costs to put Pierre in like in a humiliation ritual. I want him to like say, like, I wish there was a cameo for politicians. Like, why can't we democratize this shit? Like, why does AIPAC only get the goodies? Like, why
Because
can't
they have the money? They make it rain.
I know,
Hello.
but why can't we just pay them to do stuff?
With what?
Like,
Buttons?
no, like everybody pitches some money, and then they get like Justin Trudeau to go up there and like hit the dab and fucking like do
like
the
that.
Navy
like a cameo for politicians. Like
dude, I
you
want
to say
Joe
that I'm a good boy.
I want Joe Biden to do the Navy SEAL copy pasta. What the fuck did you fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know.
Yeah,
That'd
he's a
be
good
perfect.
boy.
I want
Jimmy
Joey
Boy.
Fetterman to do Fortnite games.
No. Jimmy says they're
God.
good boys and good girls. Or good little boys and good little girls.
Fuck Uncle Festerman. And I didn't.
But
he was in my district. I did not vote for him, and I did not vote for Oz either. Fuck them too.
But I digress.
Who did you vote for?
Nobody.
This is from Nicole Nanya. Shout out to Indy for showing me this. This is a phenomenal video. Just for who's behind, and after the good guy from the prairie shit, this should be no surprise, but we'll get into it.
Don't make me throw up again. Oh no.
Hi, I'm back. I missed all of you. I'm very excited to be here. A couple days ago, I posted on Blue Sky and I said that I felt like the conservatives had a billionaire in their back pocket, and I was going to tell you who I think it is. And then Justin Trudeau was like, hey, I'm going to quit, and this is going to be the leading headline. But I've decided that while everybody's over there watching what the Liberals are doing, I'm going to tell you what I think the puppeteer who's controlling the Conservative Party is doing and who it is. Have you ever seen this logo before?
Yes.
This logo is going to be one of the most important conversations we ever have. Oz Ventures is a capital fund that has 3 locations: Canada, Israel, and the United States.
Of course.
It was launched in 2016, and even though it was launched in Canada, its entire goal was to invest in Israeli-based companies that were producing artificial technologies, advanced militarized technologies, cybersecurity, you name it. But I said I was going to tell you who I thought was in control of the Conservative Party of Canada and where their money was coming from. Why on earth would I be talking about a company that's based in Toronto but developing technology for the Israeli government to effectively eradicate Palestinians? How would those things be linked? Stephen Harper. It's Stephen Harper. Stephen Harper is a partner and president of this company. And this company that's Stephen Harper,
Who was a prominent figure and supporter of Stephen Harper in the Canadian Conservatives, Pierre Poilievre
is a partner in, has invested at least $300 million, but estimates are that it's substantially higher because they have done one hell of a job to hide their money. And the things that they're investing in are literally how to eradicate other human beings using super sketchy AI and crazy face recognition software and the most wild dystopian militarized shit you've ever heard of. But it's not just Stephen Harper. There's a former MI5 director, a former CSIS director, a former CIA director, and the former director of the Israeli military occupation.
What is this called?
But wait, there's more. More FBI, more IDF, more elite Israeli intelligence special forces, more...
Oz.
Told you so. Of
AWZ.
course.
More Israeli police forces, more Israeli intelligence, and Israeli infrastructure. This company is also investing directly into the Israeli military. They're not just investing privately. They're also
Dun, dun, dun.
directly investing into
also
what is
tiresome.
supposed to be a public entity. One
Follow
of
the
the
money,
private
baby.
companies that Oz has invested in is something called CoreSight, and it's an AI technology that does face recognition, but it's so advanced and it's so good that it can even recognize people when their faces are covered.
That's what you gotta do. If you follow the money, there'll always be the billionaire class.
Follow the money,
behind the
baby.
money. Behind the money, there's always the billionaire
Yo,
class.
Snow, you got a good Bernie
That is
impression.
the best.
That's
Bernie
actually
impression
that's
I've
one of the
ever
best
heard.
Bernie impressions
Billionaire.
I've
I
heard
know,
in a
right?
while.
Right?
Actually,
The
Snow,
billionaire
Snow,
class.
No, like it's one thing like your Alex Jones, like your whatever, your Trump or whatever, but yeah, your Bernie's really good. Like
I like to
thought
have
that was
sex.
Bernie for a
I like to
second.
have children. And
I literally
no
thought
one
that
wants
was
to fuck
Bernie
you.
for a second. I was like, holy shit.
There's chemicals in the water, Greg. That's making the frogs gay. Because of the billionaire.
That's Bernie. That's Bernie doing Alex Jones.
I switched it up just for this audience.
Yeah.
That is fucking terrifying. And CoreSight has
Yeah,
been
duh.
using the invasion since October 2023 to test their face recognition software.
Thank you, Bad Cookies. I mean, just for full disclosure, much like probably everybody who's here right now, I was also a Bernie bro. I was just a Canadian Bernie bro. We all were. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's why we all hate him now.
Yeah,
I
he's such a
supported-
cuck.
I supported Bernie in 2016, but like I mentioned before, in 2020, I supported Tulsi's.
I still supported him in 2020. I was a fucking retard, but like
That's how I no.
I was watching like Hassan and like all this other like liberal fucking people. I was still in the TYT bubble back in 2020. But it wasn't.
I was
when,
watching that
when
too.
COVID happened,
Kyle
that's
Kuczynski.
when I watched all of them like rally around COVID. That's when I was like, okay, this is all of this is bullshit. Like, none of it.
Greg
The only one who stuck his
Hassan,
neck out with Jimmy Dore. Yep.
Hassan Pecker is a good guy. He's a good guy.
I was watching
I mean, a good
TYT,
guy.
You know what I mean?
Well, in 2020, I wasn't watching TYT. I was watching Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kowinski.
I was watching him too, but I didn't think. I was watching Jimmy, TYT, and Kyle. If you remember, they were all TYT.
Yeah.
All of them, and,
Yeah.
they weren't bad. I mean, and then time goes by.
I was also watching Heartlands Media, Convo Couch.
Yeah, but
I remember Cabo Couch. I don't remember Heart. I remember
the thing.
I didn't find Kit until I saw him on Jimmy's show. But I actually found Jimmy through Jesse Ventura because I used to watch The World According to Jesse on RT America.
Oh my! What a huge disappointment, Jesse.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't learn
No,
my
but the thing is, okay, because a lot of us watch, like, I used to watch Hassan too, and even Vosh for a hot minute. The thing is, people need to realize it's not just that these people, they could be compromised, it could not be, but the whole system is set up to filter out, like, wrong speak. Because don't forget, like, Hassan, Vosh, Kyle Kowinski, they're making bank from this. And the thing is, if they say wrong speak, they can't make that bank if they say wrong speak. You know? They can't just be like, oh, I think I have a dissenting opinion that
Jesse is Angel.
This group of people doesn't like. They can't just be like, I'm going to say something that violates YouTube's terms of service, because then they lose their source of income. Same thing with Twitch, like with Hassan. Twitch has a lot of like very strict rules on what you can say on its platform. And if he just pops off, then he loses his audience and he loses his ability to make money. So all these people, even if they are acting in good faith, there's shit they just can't fucking say. There's shit they just can't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing we do. It's the same thing we do here on INN, and that's why INN is so suppressed, and we appreciate your support. Please follow INN when you can, because the reason our channel is throttled and shadow banned to shit is because we do say the things that these people shy away from, and there is a price to pay. There is. So
Well, what I meant by that was when I watched Jesse, there was for 6 months, Jesse would go off the grid, and he actually had a show called Off the Grid. But for 6 months, he'd be in Mexico, and Jimmy hosted his show. That's how I met Jimmy, or how I saw Jimmy. I actually asked Jimmy, I said, did you ever meet Jesse face to face? He said, no, but I did do a show. So that's how I found Jimmy
to
Dore.
run for a Green Party in 2020. But unfortunately, Howie Hawkins was the fucking nominee.
Well, and he was so corporate they couldn't see straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they bought off the Greens. And probably the Libertarians, too. As Jesse said, it's like a four-headed monster. Now you have a four-headed monster. You know.
Anyway, we'll get back to this. This blew my fucking mind.
Where to make sure that it is as good as they think it is, even though they keep having to blow up like hospitals and schools and stuff because they think that there might be terrorists inside those buildings. I digress. Their plan is to basically test this technology to see if it works, and then Stephen Harper has been shopping it to other countries. I'm not fucking kidding. So Oz does seem to have a first and foremost priority to serve Israel, but then their secondary piece is to make these products commercially viable and to be sold to the commercial sector. So it seems like they're serving governments, but also plan to sell this back to private companies like a fucking movie theater who can recognize people's facial reactions. I don't know. Why do we need this technology? And the only thing that they invest in is security and intelligence technologies that could have a military or commercial application. It's their thing. It's literally their thing. Now this next part is really just me hypothesizing based on the breadcrumbs that I was able to find. Stephen Harper, during his time as Prime Minister, loosened the regulations around banking compliance and reporting and made it easier for people to offshore money, specifically Canadians to offshore money. By deregulating a lot of these safety nets, he effectively made it so that he could hide money anywhere. After he left office, he started the IDU, which has effectively dismantled democracy on a global scale. Something that I've noticed with the IDU's practices is they go into places that are extremely resource rich but democracy poor and help far right ideology to continue to take hold and either get elected or stay elected and stay in power in these places. I don't think he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart, and I would assume that he's making a shit ton of money doing that. But from a public declaration standpoint, it's estimated that his net worth is only $7 million. This is the guy who's the chairman of an international organization that's working with actual dictators. There's no way he's not making some crazy money off of that. In 2016, he also started Oz Venture Capital that successfully invested in all of these militarized applications and AI technology and face recognition and all of this crazy software that has huge financial value to it, and yet he still has this stagnant net worth. I don't buy it for a second. Pair that with the fact that he just got access to the AIMCO fund that has an estimated value of $160 billion, and we know that he misappropriated funds from the conservative fundraising account while he was overseeing that for 4 years. And I have a feeling that a whole bunch of this $160 billion is going to end up invested in Oz. It's going to end up perpetuating AI technologies that effectively eradicate humans that stand in opposition of far-right ideology. I completely understand that the important conversation of the day is the fact that Justin Trudeau has just stepped down, and I think that that's something that definitely needs to be talked about, but there's a lot of other voices who are covering that, so I'm going to continue to look over here and see what the Puppet Master is doing. Because since Stephen Harper left office in 2015, he's effectively launched an organization that's systematically destroying democracy on a global scale and aligning itself with totalitarian regimes that are exploiting people and literally murdering their own population to acquire more resources. He also launched an investment fund that has funneled so much
She's referring to Israel when she talks about totalitarian regimes, by the way.
Much fucking money into the Israeli Defense Fund and technologies that are eradicating a population, and that population is being used as like R&D to figure out if this tech works and if they can sell it to other totalitarian regimes. This guy is doing some fucked up shit and nobody noticed because he's just like the fun ex-prime minister who's super zany and wears a blazer with jeans. What a guy. Hey friends, he enjoys making jazz music and has a cover band. Meanwhile, he's effectively launching technologies that are in fact terrifying. He is weaponizing AI in a way that makes dystopian movies look like they're a playbook. I really, truly, wholeheartedly believe that Stephen Harper is in control of the Conservative Party at a federal level. I also believe that he is pulling the strings at a provincial level in at least the province of Alberta. I believe that he has figured out how to acquire more money to funnel into technology development of weaponized technology that should make all of us quite fearful. And he has done it with next to nobody noticing. Oh, and his investment company helped to fund that super sketchy cell phone thing I talked about before, where your cell phone can be tracked, and people have literally been unalived because of that technology. So, yeah, happy Monday. Welcome to Nitty 2025. I'm going to diversify.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and oh.
How did that pop up?
Dun dun dun.
But again, like we mentioned, it's MAGA or MEGA.
But no, guys, this has to be some kind of mistake because Pierre Poilievre, who's the leader of the Conservative Party, he said that they oppose the World Economic Forum. So I'm confused. Why? If he says they oppose them, they can't actually be aligned with them. That doesn't. I need an adult. Is it possible that they could be lying to us? No.
Of course.
I can't believe that Stephen Harper would do us dirty like this. Align himself with the billionaire class and the World Economic Forum. My balls are just in a vice, Jimmy.
Man, you sound just like Bernie.
No, he's really good. It's really good.
I used to listen to that man.
Give that guy an Emmy.
But yeah, that was a really good breakdown, and I looked up all the receipts check out. So up here in Canada, we're fucked.
Hey, you're not alone.
We're in for some like insane.
Oh, fucked.
Well, that's
Canada,
the thing. We're all in it together because now we're the Trump world order.
New world order.
Live.
I knew it was the globalists all along. I've been noticing. Anyway,
this is what we were screaming from the rooftops, and all the MAGA went, "Shut up, you stupid shit lib! You have Trump derangement syndrome." No, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it right in the ass, just like you did the last 4 years that Trump was in office.
Told you.
Fucking told you.
Here's the thing. Speaking of Bernie, the way I talk to Trump supporters is I bring up Bernie. I'm like, look, I get it. Trump's your Bernie. You thought he was on your side. You think he's fighting for you. You think he's the revolution that you want. And then life's going to get better for you. And you're going to stop being afraid. And you're going to stop struggling. And you're going to be able to afford groceries and buy a home and live that American dream that those people promised you, bucko. That's how I relate to them. I say, look, I get it. He's your Bernie. And a lot of them, the weird thing about Trump supporters, a lot of them used to be fucking Bernie supporters. So they already get it.
I know a lot of people.
Because that's why they're Trump supporters now. Because they're like, well, Bernie. Yeah, they're like, well, Bernie didn't work out, so we need another.
I know a lot of people like that. You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I
and
can
they're
name at
like,
least 3 in like my own people I know.
same. And it's like, okay, well, like, and I've talked to a couple people who are like that, and I'm like, well, Trump's just your new Bernie. It's the same energy. It's like he's saying this system doesn't, because we're so tired of politicians who are just saying the system's fine, everything's working as intended, stop complaining, we're doing great, we're doing so good, you should be happy. And you're like, well, I feel gaslit because I'm struggling, and I know it's not my fault because I'm doing everything right. Bernie came along and said, you know what? Pee is stored in the balls, or whatever. But you know, he said like, yeah, the
Something
system's
like that.
fucked.
He definitely said
As
something.
Jimmy Dore would say, okay, I'm a cuck.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a cuck. I'm gonna sit in the cuck chair. But like, that's the thing. Like, Trump's just the new guy saying the system's broken and we need to fix it. That's it. It's the same energy. That's why I remember when all the liberals would like, you guys remember that, where all the liberals were like trying to figure out the Bernie to Trump pipeline. You remember that? The Bernie to Trump pipeline. They're all like,
it was real. That happened.
Yeah. And it's like, well, this isn't hard to understand. The guy came in and said the system's fucked. We need to fix it. And they're like, yes, we agree. We're on board. And then nothing materialized from Bernie. So they're like, okay, well, Trump's saying the system's fucked. We need to fix it too. So we're gonna rally behind him.
That's basically more or less what happened.
And I mean, to all the liberals who are heartbroken over Kamala
This
Harris
country
losing,
is so desperate. We are literally so desperate. We're willing to go we'll take anyone who's just saying the right things. That's
that's
where
it.
we're at. Yeah.
They got you by the balls.
They got you by the balls.
The balls.
George Carlin, baby. Hey, John. What's it be, man?
It's a big club, and we ain't in it.
Nope,
He's in
Bernie's
it.
in it.
Bernie's in it.
I'm a cook.
But I'm a cook.
I guess I'm a cook.
I guess I'm a cook.
Yeah.
But in other news, we have a nominee of the week for the Leopards Eating Faces party.
Ew.
Leopards ate a famous actor's face this week. Actually, they ate his house. And he cried.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And I'm really sad about it. I'm really sad.
Oh, James Wood go suck a dick. His house is gonna be just fine. He can rebuild. The other people are fucked.
And
dick, dude.
There were people crying for this multimillionaire. I swear to God, there were people like, "Oh, it shouldn't matter."
Oh my God.
It shouldn't matter. I'd be sad if this happened to anybody, dude. This is which house is this for him? The second one, the third
Probably
one,
the fourth or fifth.
I'm not talking about like when your parents' house burned down when you were 9, like when your middle class family when in like Tennessee or some shit. Like
Right.
we're talking about the actor James Woods who has like 4 different houses. And one of them
millions
burned
of dollars.
One
It
of
doesn't
them.
have to worry where his next
Guys,
million's going to come from.
guys,
or the fact that he's
guys.
homeless.
Guys, he only has $8 million. Okay, can we show
He
some?
only has $8 million.
Only $8 million. Only. Come on.
What
That's
does
only
Jeffrey
like.
Epstein have on you, Woods? What does Epstein have on you?
Oh, you know.
Stupid fuck.
Just a couple
Here's
things.
it. I have. Oh shit! Indy's shitting and farting. Indy is shitting. He is farting. CNN. No CNN. Okay. Well, no.
No.
CNN's usually fine.
It's
The only
okay,
thing they're gonna
Andy.
do, the only thing they're gonna do is demonetize, which they are. We're not even monetized in the first place.
Wait,
Well, thank you.
It happens on all the other shows all the time anyway.
Well, thank you to Indy of Indy News Network for putting us in the cuck chair. I appreciate it. Your billionaire donors also appreciate it.
I mean, I
Wait, go back on Kit's show, please.
I mean, I like James Woods for playing as Mike Torino in GTA San Andreas, but other than that, fuck him.
Fuck CNN.
Hey, I didn't play it. We'll talk about it then. So James Woods, who was famous for, I can pull this one up.
The only one I liked him in was Straight Talk with Dolly Parton. He played in Straight Talk with Dolly Parton.
I don't think it's a big
I liked him as Hades.
Yeah, he was good as
Hades.
In the cartoon version of Hercules.
So this is James Woods referring to, he's not just referring to Hamas here, he's referring to every single fucking Palestinian.
Yeah,
No ceasefire, no compromise, no forgiveness. # kill them all. And I don't think he's referring
to James.
He's trying to hit the lights and seek and destroy.
What does Jeffrey Epstein have on you, Woods? What is it?
But the thing was, I'll talk about the CNN article since we got put in the cuck chair by Indy there.
Who's paying you?
We'll all sit in the cuck chair together, thanks to Indy. Indy, stop. No. What are you doing, Indy? Okay. Bad cookies for the record. It doesn't matter if it's on YouTube or not. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube or not. If it's a clip, we've still gotten claps. So I'm trying to get better at that. As a content creator and the best streamer on YouTube, I'm trying to live up to my name.
Now wait. Angel is neck and neck. You guys are my work husbands, so you're neck and neck. All right. No favoritism here. Love you, Angel. Love you, Snow.
I believe I believe what she's saying is she likes me better because Angel is part of the billionaire class.
Angel, that's not what I said. Angel, that's not what I said.
Angel has denied Medicare for millions of Americans.
That's not what I said, Angel.
But yeah, for context here, James Woods, due to the tragic fires that are raging in California right now, James Woods' house burned down, and he got on CNN and also Fox News, and he cried about it. He was very sad, and he was crying and shitting and farting and pissing and coming. and my first thought, I don't know about you guys, but my first thought was, like a lot of people, karma is a bitch, yes. But I also thought, first and foremost, that
is there a sync running?
It is crazy that for one day, for one single day, James Woods knew what it was like to be someone living in Gaza every day of their fucking lives.
Bam! But he won't know it because, again, he's got 4 homes. People in Gaza ain't got shit. So, I mean, and what they do over there, they will do here, guys. Look at California.
That's what I keep fucking saying to people. It's like, you guys don't understand what you're supporting. It is going to be delivered to you eventually. Just give it some time.
To respond to Jacqueline, yes, James Woods did get roasted for that.
That's right, he should.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
Oh,
like
he
I
got
said,
his
only
cheeks.
couple movies I liked him in.
He got his cheeks clapped mad hard.
Yeah. My house got burned down.
Wrote smallest violin there for you, James, right there.
Yeah, like I can't feel bad for someone who's just like, we should just kill them all. Like, who's gonna feel empathy for you outside of the Fox News psychopaths who are paid to be psychopaths, and they're gonna talk about Muslims being animals to begin with anyway?
Right. That's why I sit there and go, Dad, why do you believe this shit? Why do you watch Fox News? They're talking down to you, telling you why you shouldn't have money. But yet they literally want to know where the fuck Michelle Obama is. Who gives a flying fuck? I don't care if she's blowing some dude in the back of a trash can. I don't care.
Did your dad respond to you like Stone Cold saying what?
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 No. He's like, I don't believe any of this stuff. Yeah, okay, then stop watching. Stop watching it.
The CNN anchor cried with James Woods as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like,
Oh my God, that's so horrible. You're such a poor person. How are you gonna make ends meet, you poor person? Oh, go fuck yourself.
And from Indy, he got dragged,
You're
but
not
the
a bad
right wingers use it as a reason to say the left has no compassion. LOL. I just like to say, as someone from the far left, we need to stop this whole we're tolerant shit. I don't have tolerance for fascists. I don't have tolerance for you fucking dystopian psychopaths. I don't have any tolerance. And historically, communists did not have a lot of tolerance either. Okay, the second fascism came, there was not a lot of tolerance. There were a lot of AK-47s, though.
We love you, Vince's evil mustache. We'll see you on Saturday.
All right. Well, since we're watching CNN, I think I gotta go. The rash is
watching CNN. Yeah, I gotta go to here soon.
Yeah.
I gotta get up early tomorrow.
You got to get up early. Actually,
Yeah.
I do too.
I know.
All right.
That sucks.
So I guess we're all done.
I think we're all gonna call it. Let me see. What else did I have to go over? Actually, I'm gonna stay. I wanna cover this Zuck clusterfuck, but you guys can dip out now if you like.
Zuck cluster.
Okay.
Well, thanks
I
for permission. Thanks, Daddy.
Yeah, you may leave.
Daddy.
You may
See you later,
you may
Dad.
leave, son. You're out of the cock chair.
Thanks, Bernie. Thanks.